all about paying right. Bottom line is ensuring that the producer gets a fair wage.
Yeah, it comes when it is like this. You know, this is far from the sheep. After it is spun, so this is just the far, which is gotten from the sheep. And it's so beautiful.
Kenya, we've got lots of people, lots of middlemen buying products from the producers at some crazily low prices. So what Fairtrade does is it just tries to, ensure that farmers or the producers get a fair wage for their products. Kenya, we've got the KEFAT is the local movement, the Kenyan Fair Trade organizations. Then we've got IFAT, which has got its yes, International Fair Trade Organization is the bigger body. Yeah, and so right now the membership in Kenya is about 60 organizations. Once in a while, sometimes 2 years, sometimes after 3 years, we've got the bigger fair trade organization doing audits, just to ensure that these companies are actually adhering to the principles of fair trade. And what they do, they actually go in and talk to the producers.
What's the average additional price for fair trade over regular?
Additional?
Yeah.
No, right now there's no difference completely. It actually depends on, sometimes if you happen to, as a fair trade organization in Kenya, if you happen to be lucky to link up with a fair trade buyer, then they're able to pay you something slightly more, because then they understand you probably want, like what she's talking about, health insurance, some of these things people negotiate with their buyers and get some premium on top of their product. Some fair trade buyers do that. Yeah, because again, what we realized and some of the challenges fair trade was having is this. Yes, because the product is fair trade. This bag is fair trade, but somebody else is selling a bag that is not fair trade. So you're not going to sell it for 500 more because it's fair trade. Nobody is going to buy it, because unless the market there understands that there's a reason I'm buying this. So it really depends on the buyer. If you're lucky to get a fair trade buyer out there who is able to sell your product with that story, then but we also realized that the products had to be very competitive. Again,
so if I was selling bags and I wanted to become a fair trade, have the fair trade label, what would I need to do differently from selling the bag and not have the fair trade label?
Under the fair trade? Like, what do you need to do to join fair trade?
Yeah. So say I wanted to set up a company and I said I want this to be a fair trade distributor for the bags. Would somebody come and say to me, well, that's fine, but you have to pay
Yes,
And
there
it
is
has
a
a certain
fee.
price, and
Yes.
you have to do the health, and you have
Yes.
to.
have to get an
Yes.
inspection.
And there's an audit.
And there would be some criteria, some things.
Yes, yes. Of course, there is a fee to it. There's a fee of about $100 a year, which is not much. Yeah, and there are those audits, like the local organization, the office here does audits with all the members to check that you're actually adhering.
So there would be a list of things I'd have to do.
Yes. If I'm doing a bracelet, for instance, which is fair trade, if you take it out to the market and it's $2 higher than what the others are selling, then you're going to lose out. You see, that is exactly what happened with Oxfam. They were getting all these products from Kenya, wood carvings from Kenya, and so they were paying more than they should have paid for the products. Yeah. Now there was that challenge of the prices being higher. Fine, the products have this story that, you know, at the end of the day we've paid the cover so much money, but look, these products are going into a market. Now not everybody in that market, not every consumer is appreciating that fair trade bit. Then there was the other challenge of quality. There were lots of, Oxfam was just buying wood carvings because they just want to support these artisans. They just want to create income for them. So they were just taking containers and containers of giraffes. And what they realized at the end of the day, the market was looking back and saying, no, wait a minute. You know, these products are not good quality. And on top of that, the prices are higher than, you know, giraffes from South Africa. And so they realized they had to change completely what they were doing. But what happened then? They stopped buying. They stopped buying completely from Kenya, and they actually withdrew from Kenya. So, well, I thought that was not very fair because, you know, they should have taught the carvers to make good products, and secondly, they shouldn't have overpriced, you know, the products just because they are fair trade. So I think it was a learning, though, from Oxfam. There was a lot of learning, and both buyers and producers now appreciate, you know, why your price needs to be competitive and why your products need to be of high quality, even though they are fair trade. Even though the buyer understands they want to support the producer, in terms of increasing their income, so many other things also need to be put into consideration.